What is going on, guys? Welcome to the nightcap of our week number 1, year number 3, Team Builder Dynasty for the Big 12. Kicking this one off with Little Rock and Clemson. So, obviously, Little Rock is up against it. Yes, they're rated number 17, but going up against the number 7 team in the nation with Clemson, they've got a lot of good players, and they're at home in Death Valley. This is going to be a big test for our Battlehawks.
Yeah, and Hunter Johnson still enrolled at Clemson. Trevor Lawrence does not exist in this universe, unfortunately for college football, because he's great.
Yes, he is pretty dang good.
But Hunter Johnson has won the job. He's quarterbacking Clemson. Little Rock's defense needs to step up in a big way. Obviously, like you said, hostile environment. They still got Tavian Feaster, so they're going to be running the ball. And we had a little bit of miscommunication there. Johnson goes down for a loss of 5 by Sean May.
Yes, it's going to bring Clemson down to 3rd and 8 with 5:20 left to go here in the first quarter. And check this out. A missed tackle broke the sack, Hunter Johnson did, but to clean it up is Marcus Livingston. So one of Little Rock's mainstays on defense from a year ago. And they're going to turn the ball over here to Gunnar Rivers. So let's see what the kid's got here. The true sophomore. And we see a play-action pass here to Kenny Puck for 22 yards on the very first play of the game. They're going to go back to the play-action, and look at Rivers just firing it, just slinging it on this Clemson defense, man. 2 plays. This will be the 3rd play upcoming. And we got a man in motion here, and Rivers dropping back. He's firing it deep, got a man in coverage, but Kenny Puck comes down with it. The 25-yard touchdown. 3 plays, 3 passes, score. Unreal. So Little Rock takes the lead here, 7-0, and already down 2nd and 11. This pass is actually complete to, is it Milan Richard?
Yeah.
For about 10 yards there, 9.5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and inches, and Hunter Johnson's going to take the football to the left for 13.
Yeah, Coach Dabo Swinney is really making Johnson run with the football. A lot of read options so far. Yeah, talk about old school here. We got Dabo Swinney versus Buddy Monroe.
Wow.
This is like 1970.
That's some true Southern action right there.
All right, but this will that throw sets Clemson up on the goal line at the 1 yard line. Tavian Feaster takes it in, and he's saying, "Feed me."
He's saying, "Feed me." How fitting, right? So Little Rock now starting to struggle, which honestly, when we were watching this game, I kind of had a feeling they would. So on 3rd and 9, Rivers is going to get sacked, but that's not going to stop Little Rock's defense for coming through here. That's Marcus Livingston yet again. He's going to get the big sack. So they do have to flip fields.
Yes,
field direction here at the start of the second quarter. And on 4th and 14 now after this incompletion, Hunter Johnson almost was picked off right there. So 2nd and 6, and Isaiah Green only going to get 1. So this Little Rock offense, man, is starting to struggle here a little bit. We've got a lot of pressure on Rivers now. I mean, he's 6 of 7, so it's not like he's having too bad of a game here so far, but it's starting to swing. I can feel the momentum swinging just a little bit.
Yeah, you're wondering, is the stage too much for Gunnar? I don't know. He went into Auburn last year, got a win, won their bowl game. But, you know, this is on ESPN. This is ESPN's 6 o'clock game, 7 o'clock game on the first week of college football. And a lot of eyes on him. I wonder if it's getting to him. That Auburn game, that's on the SEC network. Nobody was watching it.
Oh, right, exactly.
This game's prime time.
This game is big time because the nation's been talking about the impact of Gunnar Rivers and what he's been able to do to a program. Starting to get a lot of fanfare and media coverage here, but we see that Clemson is starting to drive now. Hunter Johnson now 7 of 9 for 77 yards, and it's just the run game. The run game right now for Clemson, they already have 76 yards in the second quarter.
Yeah, Travis.
They're just chewing them up right now.
Yeah, Travis Etienne coming in the game. Johnson's going to go underneath the Overton for 6. So Clemson has the lead. Little Rock needs to find out what they're made of. Test the metal, as they say.
2nd and 5, and Rivers has his tight end in motion here to the right. And that blocking was absolutely horrendous. So Wallace Tyler getting in for the sack. Just check this out.
Engage your man.
I don't know why he wasn't blocking him. So
you weren't even doing anything.
3rd and 9, and Rivers is going to have to make a throw here. He felt humongous pressure there, and he just got rid of it. he's trying to, I don't know if he's trying to throw it out of bounds and it just didn't get there or what, but the corner picks it off for Clemson, and Monroe is talking about, hey, throw it laterally.
I can't have you making those throws.
Come on, Gunner.
And that is exactly why he can't make those throws, because Clemson's too good running the ball. Defense is too good. You can't give him field position like this. So they're going to take that right from the 1 yard line.
1 yard line.
Tavian Feaster. Clemson's up 21-7.
So it's starting to get a little out of control here. Little Rock is going to have to respond, and they don't. They do not respond. So what does this mean? Johnson almost throws a pick to Moses Swanson Jones. Second and 10.
Another drop, though.
More pressure on Hunter Johnson, but a big hit on Tavian Feaster, and he didn't get up.
Stood over him a little bit.
He didn't get up a little. I mean, 3rd and 3 now. And a read option, but Tavian Feaster is going to pick up the first down. So he actually comes back. Needed a little bit of a break there. About a minute left to go, and a pretty good play.
Oh, that's live.
That's a live football, but Feaster's going to pounce on it, so it's going to be 2nd and 18, but a really good play on defensive line. I believe that was Marcus Livingston with that play.
Yeah, a lot of these third downs feel like Little Rock is like really close. It's like one of those games where you watch, like, 3rd and 10, like, are they going to get 11? That's what this game feels like.
Yep, so here we go, 3rd and 10, and almost, just like you were citing, almost, it's going to be 4th and inches, and Clemson is going to attempt a field goal as time is expiring, and they're going to need it to not be good, and it's not. That would have been putting them up 24-7. I mean, I don't really know what to say right now. It's just Little Rock came out, guns blazing, and they've kind of just fell off.
Well, with that first drive, like, you think, oh man, Rivers he's made for this kind of stage. And then after that, they just went into the shell, had some bad blocking schemes going on, and then Little Rock just coming up a little bit short on 3rd down, Clemson getting the option game going, and they're just running up and down the field. So they're going to start this second half here with Omar St. John for a 2-yard reception. So Rivers still, I mean, they have not had a first down since that first drive, by the way.
Correct.
No first downs.
So 2 quarters and no first down. You might as well even count the first quarter. You might as well say it's 3 quarters so far of no first downs.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
So 4th and 1, at that point, you're kind of like, do we risk that? Buddy Monroe goes conservative and punts the ball away, but Clemson just marching down the field. Hunter Johnson up the middle for 12.
Things that are going right and things that are going wrong. Clemson's running attack, this rushing attack, has been amazing for them. 159 yards plus another touchdown by Hunter Johnson. Unreal, guys. So 28-7. And just take a look at the total yards. They're almost beating them by 200 yards. 3 first downs.
49 plays to 20. That's because Little Rock cannot get their defense off the field. So then they go draw. I saw the body language for Gunner. It was negative. He's got some negative body language. And they go back to the draw play. Rivers he's yelling at some people, trying to figure out what is going on.
3rd and 15, and just more pressure. And Rivers gets clocked.
Yeah.
Absolutely clocked. His back, let me look at this. Oh,
that's that play. Yeah, you get crunched. Get turned into a sandwich.
So Clemson's going to get a field goal. It's going to be 31-7 in the 4th quarter, guys. And with 4:45 left to go, now 4:28 on 3rd and 6, and it's just not looking good. I mean, Rivers at this point just lofts it over there, but look at this, a fumble, and Clemson, it's just going to get more disastrous as Rivers is giving it his all to come back and make this tackle, but he is pissed.
Yeah,
he is absolutely pissed.
I think he was down. We're going to see if we get a review on that call. Hopefully they give the St. John the reception and down again. So
yep,
we're still alive technically.
Oh, what?
Not really though, but Kenny Puck makes a diving catch.
What a catch by Puck. Unreal. He was diving as soon as he took the hit. 1st and 10, and Rivers now opening it up a little bit, but I think that's more of Clemson's defense just giving it to you.
Yeah,
the game's over.
A little bit too late here for the Battlehawks, but they're going to try to get on the board, at least again with another touchdown, incomplete. So this will be it. This will be it, unless they convert.
4th and 3, Rivers firing up the middle here, complete pass, so they will live for another down. Terry Callahan with the 4-yard catch, his first of the game.
Finally give the cheerleaders something to cheer for.
Yeah. hopefully it's ending in a touchdown here. So Rivers going to fire up the middle, and he's got David McBride for a touchdown. I don't know why you're celebrating. Trying to go for 2 here to make it a 16-point game. But
Isaiah Green down, I think.
1 yard line. So check it out here. 4th quarter, 2:26 left to go, and look at Tavian Feaster again, just adding insult to injury.
And they got some good blocking downfield from the receivers. He cut off 2 Battlehawk defenders. Clemson blows Little Rock out of the water. That was ugly. We were right. We were right on the money with our prediction. We did not like this matchup at all. This is a defensive line mismatch, and Clemson just ran the ball down the throat. That's really all there was to it.
Yeah, I mean, Gunner Rivers, I thought he played decent, and we'll have more analysis near the end, so we'll talk about that game a little bit later. Let's get to the big game here, number 5 versus number 2, Washington and ACU, as picked by Diabolist. He was the season-long Big 12 Pick'em winner, and he got to choose the opening opponent for ACU, and they got a tough task. They're number 2 in the nation, but they've got yet again another quarterback change.
It's a semi-new face, Peter Vajacic, stepping in to the starter role. He was on the bench. He did his time as a backup, and he earns the starting job. And he comes into this game against a feisty Washington defense. We just saw Washington play Nebraska State, so we're going to get another look. Obviously, no Browning or Gaskin, so they have a little bit different look on offense. ACU, similar look defensively. You see Armand Hammer on that play. You see Price Greer. Oh, Todd Parker, sorry.
That's Todd Parker.
Parker. Price Greer also on the team, but
look at that.
Parker with that nice little swim move right there. Taking him, piling him into the ground. That's illegal in the NFL now, but that's a great hit. Nice coverage there, Michael Clayton. And that's going to set up a 4th down. So a little slow start to the game for the offenses. We'll see if Vajacic and company open it up. And that is the tight end, Jimmy Ireland.
So he finally makes a appearance now that Jack Kleck is out of that starting role. So Ireland's starting to get some run here. 2nd and 10, and Kirk with the drop. And Vajacic now 2 of 5. 3rd and 10 now as we are starting to wind down. We're about mid part of the first quarter here, 4:44, and he's going to get sacked for an 8-yard loss.
He's taking a lot of sacks.
But the offensive line is not doing him any favors. Bill Stevens with almost, yet again, another interception. So Washington, Hainer dropping back, 2nd and 10, is going to get the first down to Corey Webb for 14. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and a big hit. Nice job, Cedric Granger.
Yeah, one of those returners on defense for the Spartans. You got the secondaries loaded. I mean, they're dropping some big hits on these guys. Hayner's 2 for 7 in this game. Washington's receivers cannot haul in these passes, so they're going to try a little screen here to Sean McGrew, and the ball will go back to Vajacic, who, we don't have any points on the board for ACU.
No, it's a little bit sloppy right now for both teams. Offensively speaking, both teams are really struggling. Defensively, they're playing really well. They're gang tackling. They're not over pursuing. They're doing really, really well. Both defenses. It's a shout out to them. But kind of an interesting play call by Corey DeLoach, the head coach here, to go with the screen pass. Reed's not going to pick up the first down. And look at Price Greer coming in.
Ripping the big ground.
Nice job there. Does a little handshake. Says, thank you, sir.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir.
3rd and 11, and Hainer dropping back. He's going to fire it deep out there, but it's going to be picked off by none other than Cedric Granger. He's going to try to get this return going up the middle here. Not going to get past the 30. Offense will get past the 40 here on the next couple plays, and check this throw out. Going out of bounds is Caleb Matthews for 21.
Now, so receiver and running back, you got a little bit of change here, and that was Matthews checking in at quarterback. He is an option specialist, but they're letting him rip here.
Yeah,
he's throwing it. That's pretty good. Gets it to Jared Kirk. So a couple different players, and at receiver, Kirk and Matthews are a couple of those. Vajacic, though, checks back in on this 4th and 1, and he eats a sack. So
you got to get rid of the football, man.
We're going to skip ahead to the 2nd here. Early 2nd. And it's 3-0. Like, ACU is supposed to be a high-powered offense. Like, where is the offense?
I don't know. It's missing. It's the new quarterback. It's Washington's defense that we just cited. They're playing really good. But look at that catch by Jackson Lunhall. What a catch on the tippy toe on the sideline there. What a great throw by Vijac. So now that the second quarter is starting to happen, now they're starting to
how about
open
that?
it up a little bit.
A little
here.
jet sweep to Kurt, but it doesn't go anywhere. Washington stands tall there. Wellington on the tackle. They're going to do the same thing
on the other side of the
Why?
field. So, Caleb Matthews trying to get a little bit of usage here, but it's not going to work. Try to get the ball in your playmaker's hands here, and we get a touchdown to Nick Reed Jr. And so it's pretty good to see ACU kind of breaking that wall, breaking that barrier, finally getting into the end zone, and Vijac getting some space to throw.
Maybe they get in a groove from that. We'll see. But Washington going to the run game. Obviously, the passing game is not working so far. It's been pretty ugly. So they're going to try to mix it up here. 3rd and 4, though, and they are going to sling it, going out of bounds.
Out of bounds. So Hainer now 8 of 18, 82 yards and a pick. They will settle for a field goal attempt on 4th and 4, and it's going to be up and good. So Washington's going to pull within 1. It's going to be 7-6 here late in the second quarter, but a miscovered wide receiver right there.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And Washington is threatening now. And on 1st and goal, Hunter Bryant's only going to get 3.
Down at the
2-yard line. So 2nd and goal here at that 2-yard line, and a little screen pass they're going to lose to. Really good play there by Matthew Kennedy.
Yeah, another guy that could have gone pro, but ACU's hungry. They want to win something. Got to bring home some kind of title. They haven't done it yet, outside of a Fiesta Bowl championship.
3rd and goal now with 57 seconds, and Bryce Greer coming on in with the gain tackle. He's going to get credited for the sack. So Washington's going to have to kick a field goal, and they will go up 9-7 as we probably are entering the half now with no ACU score. We are. So 9-7, a defensive battle here going on down in Dallas.
Yeah, they shouldn't be too upset. I mean, it wasn't pretty, but it's not like you're getting blown out here.
No, I mean, Washington's got a good D. I mean, you can't take anything away from him, and, Vijac is not getting any help on the offensive line. Defensively speaking, though, ACU is really coming through, keeping the offense in the game. So you got to tip your hat to the defense for ACU, coming up with a lot of big plays like that one. Another sack for Hainer, and that's Friedman Churchwell getting in on the tackle.
So their starter?
3rd and 15, and check out the prayer, the little bomb over here, and it's going to be completed. It's going to be completed. It's going to set up Washington now inside the red zone after this play to Alex Cook for 22, and guys, now it's not starting to look so good.
Boys.
Sean McGrew with a touchdown. It's going to be 16-7. Mid part of the 3rd. So Vijac and ACU going to have to start making some plays here, going to have to start making some noise, and look at him go. He can run a little bit, and he's going to pick up 20 on the option.
Yeah, Vijac has to live up to expectations. Like he's filling in for Bishop. He went to the NFL. Stoudemire went to the NFL. He's got some big shoes to fill, and even when he was in mop-up duty last year, let's be frank, he was the least effective quarterback to date for ACU. So he's got to fix this. He's got all season, obviously, but maybe running the option is where he's going to find his groove. As you see here, that pitch going into the end zone, not down at the 1-yard line, impressively.
Yes, so it's going to be 16-14 as David gets into the end zone, and we see that Hainer's going to throw to the outside, and he's been challenging that side all game long.
This secondary is vicious, man.
It is insane. So we do get a turnover, a much-needed turnover here late in the 3rd quarter. I believe that was Connor Chandler with the pick, and Vijac's going to toss it up the middle, looks like, to Caleb Matthews for 9. It's going to be 2nd and 8 now, and now the ACU is starting to threaten after this turnover. Caleb Matthews is going to make this reception, and he's going to get a face mask call. ACU needed this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you guys saw the Fiesta Bowl last year, I mean, ACU had 5 picks on Will Greer. I mean, it was a masterclass performance, and they're doing it again here against Washington, keeping their offense alive and in the game. Best offense is a great defense, but look at that. Flip to the corner. Jared Kirk showing up. Look at that.
That's a great throw. It's a great throw. Put enough loft on it. Knew exactly when it was going to come down. Nice. Oh, man.
How many Washington defenders are open and they can't get to the corner of the end zone?
How savvy. That's like sticking it to him, man. That's really sticking it to him.
I don't know if I like that throw, but it works.
Oh, what a play.
And going for Ireland. Little short throw there for the 2-pointer. Great play, though, by Washington's defense to keep this a 4-point game.
So 20-16 now, and another tackle for a loss. That's Cedric Granger coming in for the 1-yard lost tackle. So on 3rd and 11, more pressure coming through, and Hayner's going to get sacked again. Bill Stevens coming up big time. So now Vajic and ACU offense trying to make a big play here, and I don't know how in the world Jared Kirk caught the ball, number one, and number two, got up smiling. So maybe he's just a gamer, man. He just likes making those highlight reel type of catches and taking big hits. Jackson Lundhall with the 17-yard catch there. Nice little athletic grab. 2nd and 10. Vajic going to throw up the middle on a little slant. That's Caleb Matthews hit again for 7 yards. So they're starting to get their athletes involved here, and Vajic going to actually run into the end zone for a 3-yard score.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what he likes to do. Let's see some more option runs. I want to see him run the option more.
Well, it's been the most effective thing for ACU's offense right now, like you've been saying.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see that Vajic can run. Maybe he can run a little bit better than Stoudemire ever did.
That's possible. So Washington, they got to get back in this game. Like, how do they lose control of that quickly? They tested the secondary, and that's a bad idea.
Yes, you can't throw deep shots against ACU. You're going to have to dink and dunk on them. But by this time, I mean, they're going to need that touchdown to get down to 27-23. And with 5 minutes to go, they're still not out of this. But again, you can't be firing deep on this defensive back unit. On 3rd and 4, we see a little bit of a dink and dunk play, but to the outside, going to go out of bounds. They're going to be short of the first down. They're going to run a little read option here, and they are going to pick up the first down, and Salvin Ahmed almost got pushed back behind the line.
Yeah, that would have been bad for Washington, but they are going to be threatening here, 1st and goal, and off the uprights. No good.
No good. That's funny. That's actually funny. I did not remember that happened. 2nd and goal.
What was that?
I don't know.
Was that Todd Parker?
Yeah, I believe so.
He got flattened by a quarterback.
3rd and goal here, and a little dink and dunk, a little drag throw to Andre Bachelia.
That was a bad design play right there.
4th and goal. This is pretty much their last shot to getting any points on the board here.
Ooh, down at the
1 yard line.
1 yard line.
So ACU does not do anything on their next possession. And remember how I said it's their last chance to get any points on the board to make this a game? Well, after this catch to Hunter Bryant, 46 yards, Washington is not dead yet. Can fire to the outside into the end zone, but Bill Stevens yet again.
What's going on? What's going on, Bill Stevens?
I know. Where's the stick-em? You don't have the stick-em on anymore?
You're dropping a couple INTs here. That's what you live for.
2nd and 10, and a tackle by Matthew Kennedy. That's Sean McGrew for the 1 yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 11 with 1:22 left to go. Washington, Hayner firing to the outside, and it's going to be almost picked off by Connor Chandler. They're showing Wyrick Dysert for some reason, but Connor Chandler made the play. 4th and 11, the last play, and they're going to throw it out. Corey Webb goes out of bounds.
Football 101, you got to throw beyond the line to gain. They did that in the end zone. If it's 4th and goal, you got to get the ball into the end zone. You can't throw it short. But I'm not complaining. ACU takes the W. That was a pretty good showing. I think they could have been a little bit better around the edges. Vajic only threw 8 completions, so as much as we ragged on him, he didn't only throw 8 incompletions, so you got to give him that.
Yeah, he really started picking it up as soon as they started making him a little more comfortable. Maybe because he was starting to run, he started to get more in a groove and basically into the game a little bit. So really good win by ACU, especially to come back like they did. So Good job by them. So now let's go to #BelieveInTheShreve. They're kind of up against it here against Arizona State. It might not seem like it, like Arizona State doesn't come to people's mind as any good, but you know, Shreveport lost a lot of talent, and that throw is going to help. But check this out. Herschel Gates fumbles off the Jacob Canatella bomb and catch, but they're going to rule this that he was down. He's definitely down, so they're going to get the football. They're going to remain possession of this, so don't be fooled. That's where they were down at.
Shreveport kind of in that class of teams where they're kind of middle of the road. And in our division, we got a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but we do have some quarterback turnover, and Shreveport is one of those teams. So Canatella, like you were talking about, he's taken over for Luca, the coach's son. It's going to be interesting to see how he runs his offense, if he runs it any better or worse than Luca. And then you got Seidel Riggins taking over for Wingo. But so far, that line is not holding up against the Sun Devil defensive line. So it'll be interesting to see how effective they can run the ball this year.
And the next question is, now that we see Shreveport on defense, is how is this defense is going to play? Because they lost some players on the defensive line, and then in the secondary they do have some changes. They don't have their big-time corner Eli Mazzell, who was drafted in the NFL. And then they also are bringing in true freshman Matt Bradica at free safety.
Yeah, and that was bad coverage right there. But Shreveport going back to well, that's what they do best. Gotta like their rushing attack rather. And Canatella getting drilled. This offensive line's got to pick it up. This is not a good start.
You can't have a 74 overall quarterback trying to carry the load for the team. That's why they have 3 80-plus running backs at their disposal. You got to help your guy out here. But, I mean, this linebacker came in unabated to the quarterback. It's unreal. So Shreveport gives the football back to Arizona State. And, again, another bomb by Arizona State. And Ryan Newsom going to get the touchdown. Blake Barnett now 5 of 6 for 98 yards and 2 scores. This is not good. Matt Bradica, you got to get over there faster, buddy. But he's going to learn. He's a freshman. He's going to learn. So we do see that Shreveport gets the football back, and Canatella trying to fire it deep out there. He's going to find Herschel Gates. That play is going to be crucial. I will give you guys a little hint on that. That little play right there will be used again. I will just say that at some point in this game. So we see Seidel Riggins actually going to get in 20 yards and a touchdown. So it's good to see that Shreveport has some life in them. There's Jay Ballmer right there, and the true freshman tight end. He's getting some action. Look at this little block right here.
Yeah, that's what they brought him in for. He loves to block. He's one of those guys likes to get down and dirty. So good to see him out there blocking. And Arizona State with an untimely drop. Going to get the ball back to Shreveport. Get that ground game going. They got the pulling guard. Just destroying some people here. Seidel Riggins going for 15. We're running a little no huddle here.
No huddle and no back in the backfield there, and he was under center. So interesting call there. I don't think I've ever seen Shreveport run a formation without the back involved.
That is different. That is different.
That's very different. So Shreveport not going to get anything done on their offensive possession here. So 3:18 left to go. Arizona State going to be running the football here on 2nd and 11, trying to get some positive yardage as Chris Ralston with 4. So it's going to be 3rd and 7, and a pass complete, but out of bounds is Ralston. He's only going to get 6. So Shreveport gets the football back. Canatella firing up the middle, and he doesn't find his receiver. His receiver, though, was blanketed. I feel like that was just a throw, possibly to get some pass interference call. But Kitayama going to kick this up and good. It's going to be 14-10.
That was impressive.
As we're nearing the end of the half, and a tackle up here to the right. Going to get about 7 yards there on 3rd and 3 now. A pass complete and well up past the 20-yard line now. 14 yards on that catch. It's going to be 3rd and 6, and Barnett thrown to the right. And again, on crucial 3rd down, they cannot pick it up on a wide open receiver, so they'll settle for a field goal. They get the field goal back that Shreveport just kicked through, and it's going to be 17-10. So that was a really quick first half, I felt like, with highlights, but
it was pretty interesting. I mean, it had some big plays, had some bad plays, offensive line, secondary issues. I think Shreveport tightened it up a little bit there in the second quarter, which was good to see. But, Arizona State's, they've had some bad drops too, so it was a little bit sloppy. It's week 1, though. It's to be expected. So
you guys can see time possession. Shreveport is basically doubling up Arizona State. The yardages are about the same, but they're going to have to tighten it up, like you said, and they're going to have to make plays like that. Sacking Blake Barnett is a part of having good pass coverage downfield. As you guys can see, there's nothing open for Barnett to throw to. The one thing about Shreveport is that they do a lot of things the right way. They grind things out, and they make big plays, question mark. They almost had the completion, but it was a deflection. It was gonna go incomplete as it was bobbled, and it falls right into the hands of an ASU defender.
I think that, you got to come down with that, or at least get it out of the air. That would be a good start, so that stuff doesn't happen. But Tyler McKinney gets a sack. He's a pretty athletic guy. He's a little thin.
He's a little thin for defensive tackle, but he's Gumby. He's basically Gumby. That's his nickname.
His nickname is Gumby?
His nickname is Gumby.
For what purpose?
He's tall and lanky, and he's not big.
Okay.
He's Gumby.
Gumby.
Demetrius Marks here with the 11-yard reception. So Shreveport is in business, but look at Roberto Allen with a stiff arm on the defensive tackle. Says, get out of my way.
Only picked up a yard or two.
I know, but still, make a statement. Make a statement. So look at this clean pocket for Canatella. Going to fire up the middle, too. That's Cole Fleet.
Oh, it's probably illegal touching.
Yep. I don't know how he was out of bounds. What are you doing? Why are you near the goal line?
Because he ran all the way up to the goal line, then he came back. But the ref spotted it. So Kitayama's got to hit that field goal. ACU running the screen out here on second down. Kyle Williams hauled down. So it's pretty, it's a 4-point game. Big stop coming up here for the Shreve.
McKinney again.
He's back on that play again. So Canatella doing a little play action.
Oh, nice. There's
covered.
There's Jay Ballmer. 21-yard catch for Jay. Nice job. That's a big reception.
No gloves.
I know, he's amazing.
He's old school.
Yeah, he's amazing. He likes to block. He likes to really get gritty. He's got that Shreveport mentality.
A lot of two tight end sets, so he's going to be featured quite a bit this year, I think. Seidel Riggins going to set up a 3rd and 1. Flip fields here as we begin the fourth quarter. Crucial conversion here for Shreveport.
So Riggins is going to pick up 3. They get the first down. 6:49 left to go, and they're going to go back to Seidel Riggins, and he's going to keep on powering the football up the middle and challenging that defensive line for Arizona State. And they're actually going to go with 4 defensive backs, and that is like matchup heaven for Shreveport, as they love to run the football in those kind of situations, guys. They're much bigger than Arizona State is.
Yeah, and
on that play, and they punched it in. So 20-17.
They got it to the outside, got their blockers in space, and look at this.
Oh no!
This little missed tackle.
No!
Oh man!
Get him down! Get him down! He goes out of bounds. Ralston.
This guy, he was probably one of those 4 or 5-star CPU recruits. He's probably like a 79.
Goodness,
something amazing. Going to be a big guy in the future. I got my eyes on this Ralston guy.
You need to. He's making some really good plays. He can receive, he can catch, he can have some power. The guy's good, man. 2nd and 7 here as Arizona State is starting to threaten now. And yet again, that's Ralston taking a big hit, and he just gips up and throws the football away. He's like, yeah, whatever, I can take it. So
no skin off my nose.
Again, to the right. They can't complete a pass to that right side. So on 3rd down, they're going to tie the football game here. 20-20, and now it's a pretty crucial situation here for Shreveport. They have to get a score here, but look at this, Jay Ballmer with the catch on the left side. He's going to get 37 yards on that one play. Now 4:41, and now Shreveport's starting to go backwards, though.
Don't run that.
4-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 14. Canatella, he's got some blockers in front. He's going to fire out to the left, and it's going to be incomplete in triple coverage. Jalen Russell with the pass deflection now. 3:17 left to go here. And on 3rd down, Arizona State cannot pick up a first down, so they're going to have to change possessions now. 2:23 left to go here. A tie football game. Canatella dropping back, throwing to the right to Jay Ballmer.
Newsflash, Nick Ralston is real.
He is real. So
he is real.
2:04 left to go here, and here's Cole Fleet with a 24-yard catch. 1:54 left to go, and Seidel Riggins powering through for 11. So Shreveport really taking control here in the last quarter of the game here, and Riggins, that's Roberto Allen, going to get the touchdown. It's going to be 27-20 with 1:41, and now Shreveport is going nuts. Party down in the Shreve. Everybody's believing in Shreve right now, but you got to play good defense. And a sack on Blake Barnett. Going to go down for 7-yard loss. They do have 3 timeouts in their pocket, but they're electing not to use them yet. 58 seconds left to go. 3rd and 10. Shreveport gives up the first down up the middle to about the 50-yard line. They do call a timeout here. 53 seconds. We got some craziness happening here on the defensive line, offensive line battles in the trenches right now.
Yeah, a lot of interesting plays going down here. Oh no! Oh,
busted coverage, and Shreveport is going to give up the big first down.
Did he trip or something?
I don't know. 46 seconds, and Barnett's got a clean-ish pocket, but he's just going to get rid of it. Reset the down here. 2nd and 10. 42 seconds left to go here. Bring in the pressure, and he's going to fire out to the left. And, on the back of the end zone, Ryan Newsom with the 1 foot in.
They cannot cover him today. Ryan Newsom getting wide open on this defense. So this is a tied game. Shreveport's got 36 seconds.
They have 36 seconds to go, and look at this. Balmer draws the face mask call. It's going to get Shreveport into a really good field position here. Remember, a field goal can win the game.
They have 3 timeouts, too. This is where they want to be.
So Shreveport, 32 seconds left. Going to throw to the right. Catch out there by Herschel Gates. 2nd and 6, 28 seconds to go. Canatella dropping back, going to fire to the right. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 6 now. Canatella dropping back. He's got a little bit of pressure. He's going to fire it deep to Gates, and he makes the catch. Gates can get into the end zone. He's going to power through. A 53-yard strike from Canatella to Gates, and the block by Fleet. The power by Gates.
Did he even know he caught the ball? He was like, I caught it? What do I do?
Touchdown Shreveport, 34-27. 8 seconds to go, and 1 timeout for Arizona State. They use it. 5 seconds left. They have 1 more play to go, and McKinney comes up with the sack. Believe in the Shreve. They win this game with their backs against the wall. Wow.
That was crazy.
Wow.
Like, Shreveport, not an explosive offense, but, man, they made some huge plays in that 4th quarter. That was pretty good to see. Seidel Riggins, 99 yards, too.
Over 100 yards, well over 100 yards in all-purpose. We'll see you guys in the recaps. What a way to end week number 1 action, man. Shreveport coming back, 21 points in the 4th quarter to end up winning that game. 53-yard strike. Canatella to Gates. That's one of the best. That's crazy. That's just a great way to end the game.
Yeah, that was pretty wild, I would say. Let's look at some of the numbers here. Put up 431 yards of offense, and it's like sometimes they do this. Like,
yeah, I know.
Sometimes they score they get 220 yards of offense, and other games they just go ham. So it's like good to see Canatella.
That's
with 336.
Wow.
Like maybe Arizona State just has a bad defense this year. I don't know, but yeah, Riggins, that was really good there. I don't mean to poo-poo the Skeeters win. I was just saying.
No, I mean, you're looking at it from a rational point of view here. This is a team that, like we talked about in the pregame of this game, they lost a lot of talent.
Yeah.
They lost Wingo. They lost some players on defense. You just don't know what to really think about this team. And now they've won in this fashion. You got to still be a little bit reserved here in your analysis. You don't really know what the identity is of this team. It's too early to tell.
Yeah. Well, how about this? They give the player of the game to Riggins. I would give it to Gates. 176 in the final score.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. But, Cole Fleet had to make that block. Gates had to make the catch.
Balmer
beat the man on coverage. Balmer had a really good couple plays on that drive.
It was a really nice game.
And Gates had to power through at the 1 yard line to get that score. So, yeah, definitely I would have given it to Gates. But good win by Shreveport. Really, really nice game. Taking a look here at ACU in Washington.
We got a 0-yard pass.
0-yard pass. What does that mean? What does that mean? Down with the 1? Yeah, okay.
ACU got outgained.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Well,
it really doesn't. Look
at the rushing yards in this game. That's terrible.
I know. They just really... against both of these tough defenses, they tried.
Yeah.
They tried too early on. They were testing each other out. They were feeling each other out. It just wasn't working. They had to get creative. And I think that this win ultimately came down to the coaching staff being a little bit more creative than the other. So Chris Peterson wasn't as creative as Deloach was, trying to get his quarterback in motion, trying to get the running game going with the option. That was really the game because both defenses were just on fire tonight.
Yeah, so Stevens, Greer, Churchwell, and Parker racked up those sacks, and then we had a couple INTs there from Granger and Chandler. So, there's some good stuff out of that defense. I really like what I saw for ACU's defense.
And of course, we're going to talk about the blowout loss that we just saw to open this nightcap off. 38-13, man. They couldn't stop the run.
No, and we'll see that. 253 yards.
I mean, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal.
Versus 9. They didn't crack 200 yards. And like that's what Gunnar Rivers is here for, man. That's what you're born to do.
He couldn't block. I mean, the offensive line couldn't block.
They had a fake field goal.
I think that's fake. I don't think that's real because we've seen that before in the past. Because I watched that whole entire game, I don't know of anybody else that threw a pass other than Rivers. So I don't know that that's a glitch in the game or something, but I watched that entire game.
Plays.
I don't know. I have no idea. Isaiah Green for 22 yards, and what was the rushing yards for Rivers here? Taking into account sacks, -12. So when you're going back 12 yards, it doesn't help. We'll take a look at the offensive line here in just a second because that was a big part of the game. But again, just the receivers weren't getting open. I mean, when Kenny Puck is your number one guy, you've got some issues on offense. They don't really have a true number one anymore now that Etwan Billings is gone. Shamar McFadden needs to be the guy that steps up for them. And, he disappeared today. So we'll take a look at the offensive line here under the blocking. And we can see here that the sacks just piled up. They had 4 sacks on the day. I mean, it was all over. There wasn't just one guy in particular that was the problem child here, but the whole offensive line just was not good.
And he got pressured too much, so it wasn't just the 4 sacks. It was under duress every throw almost.
Yes, so Little Rock's going to have to lick their wounds and come back and try to get a W here in the next couple weeks. So let's now go ahead and talk about the rest of the games for the box scores of those games. So you guys can see the final results of week number 1. Midland State taking it to Colorado State 47-24. And, I mean, they were putting up double digits in points in every quarter except for the first.
Yeah, a team it's a hot pick right now. A lot of people like this crew, and they beat Colorado State pretty easily. Look at the rushing totals, 267 for the Mustangs. Dexter Whiteside is going to be one of the new stars of our conference, hopefully, for Midland. And he only put up 229 and 2, but you'll see here Claudio Keller just hammered Colorado State there. Demetric Pence also 51 and a score. Even the fullbacks getting in on that. Couple touchdowns here. You got Swift and Vargas. Barreled the tight end, so it was a good outing for the Mustangs, no doubt about that.
Pretty crazy, though, that the number 1 receiver, Gerard Harper, only had 1 reception. So
yeah, there's a lot of targets. Maybe they start throwing the ball more next week. I think they play Baylor next week. We'll take a look at that in 1 second.
Oh, jeez.
Amarillo.
Oh, my God.
By New Mexico.
That's surprising to me. That's really surprising.
500 yards of offense.
They beat them by over 130 yards.
But 4 turnovers. But so New Mexico, they're obviously still running that triple option attack. So they put up 237 on the ground. Only 141. But Amarillo, even with all that time ran off by New Mexico, hung 500 yards. But D.D. Dukes threw 3 picks.
Against New Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't know if he thought that. I mean, he might have been getting a little too cocky, thinking he wanted to throw deep a little bit, trying to test those corners. But yeah, you got to be more careful with the football, and the game wouldn't have been that close.
Yeah. How about Keon Sykes, the Ardmore transfer, gets 8.6 compared to Duckett's 5.8. Duckett's a senior, a bit more of a plotter. Maybe Sykes is the guy they should go with, and then Ezekiel Henry also pitched in with 15 yards there. Sutton scores 2, Gamble 126. So this receiving core is actually pretty good, I think. Quan, Gamble, and Sutton. But Dukes is going to have to.
Yeah,
he's just going to have to cut these down.
I mean, he had 290 yards. It's a lot of attempts for a guy who's when you first think of D.D. Dukes, is to run. I mean, you either got to take care of the football or you got to run it a little bit more.
Yeah. So at least they get the win over the rival. And that does it. That does it for week 1. So,
right.
Any takeaways at all before we look at week 2?
I think just we covered a lot of games tonight with a double upload. I think the big takeaway for me is the biggest takeaway for me. I mean, we've beaten the Little Rock stick for a while now. We knew that Little Rock was going to take a step backward. I think the big takeaway for me is going to have to be It's going to have to be Shreveport. I know that we're riding on a little bit of a high here after that game, but looking at these other less than stellar things that have gone on, like McAllen had some less than stellar stuff happen in their game. ACU kind of had that struggle in the first half.
Amarillo,
second half they came back. Amarillo was poopy.
And that's the kind of start to a magic season. Like, maybe it doesn't become a magic season, but in order for it to be a magic season, you need that early crazy win that sets the tone. Maybe this game is it. I don't know.
New quarterback, new group of running backs. There's a lot of new things going on here at Shreveport. I think you're right. This might turn into something special. We'll have to find out in week number 2. All right, so you want to offer up your predictions and previews for this game. UCLA against CAMU, the battle of the abbreviation schools.
Yeah, this will be interesting. This will be the first look that we will see with Kansas A&M's offense. You had a little mini preview in that bowl game, and it was still kind of ugly. But now they've had a whole offseason. Maybe their playbook has been opened up a little bit. They're going to throw with Freeman a little bit more, do a little more Denver techie kind of stuff with their spread option. I think they take this game.
That's a bold prediction. That's a very, very bold prediction. I think the biggest thing for Kansas A&M in this game is how the defense is going to play. If that defensive line is going to wreak havoc on UCLA, they should be able to win the game. I think that the offense is going to be fine. I think that offense is going to be able to keep UCLA off balance. I think that they can win the game, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them. I'm going to go with UCLA though. I'm going to go with UCLA to win the game. Although in my heart, CAMU is my baby, and I want CAMU to win really bad.
All right, Amarillo, they've got a revenge game here. They lost to Nevada last year in Reno. And now Nevada is going to complete the home and home with Amarillo. I think Amarillo takes it. I think it's going to be like that New Mexico game. It's probably going to be 3 points.
Yeah, I think D.D. Dukes is going to clean some things up. Nevada, not that strong of a team, so they should be okay. I think that the defensive line for Amarillo should be able to kind of regroup as well. And if they don't, then you got to start looking forward and saying, okay, maybe this team has some real problems. Yeah, they escaped out of New Mexico in that New Mexico game with a win, but if they lose against Nevada, then those concerns are validated.
All right, Ohio at Little Rock. Ohio was a C+, but they went like 1-11 last year. They were really, really bad. It's the first time we'll see them. Maybe they figured some things out. Little Rock still in the top 25 after their loss to Clemson.
But barely.
Yeah. Give me Little Rock. I think they will coast in this game. I think it'll be like one of 31-17 kind of games.
It's kind of a sucky situation because if you imagine yourself in that Little Rock locker room, you just got blown out by Clemson, and now you got to get up and play against an Ohio team that you think you should beat. And
it was probably better than what they put forward last year.
Yes. So, I mean, you're already thinking as a Little Rock player, if you go into this game and you start struggling, then you start to doubt yourself. So this is a big game. Don't let this overall rating and whatnot, don't let this matchup fool you. This is a big game for Little Rock. They have to correct the things that went wrong down in Clemson. So I'm going to take Little Rock. I think that they do get up for the game. I think Gunnar Rivers is fiery enough to where he's going to get him going.
Okay. Baylor at Midland State.
Huge game, guys. Midland against Baylor. Baylor has always given us problems in this dynasty, and I think Midland is going to put up some stats, guys. The rush offense, number 3. Total offense, number 6. Points per game, number 2.
Yeah, it's early.
It's early, but
obviously
we expected this, though.
Yeah.
We expect this. So
I think Midland will... I think it'll be like that Colorado State game, but Baylor will probably put up a few more yards.
More of a fight.
Yeah, I'll take Midland. Give me something like 46-35. I think it might be that high scoring. Which, I mean, Midland, you want them to be a little more dominant, but I think they can be had a little bit. Baylor looks to be pretty good offensively, so that might affect the game there. As far as points allowed by Midland, I think Midland wins. So.
Yep, I'll take Midland as well. As far as the last 2 picks, I'm taking Little Rock and Amarillo.
All right.
By the way.
Nebraska State's going to Nebraska. Going to Lincoln.
Yeah,
Or as
I know.
Matthew McConaughey says, a Lankin.
Lankin.
I'll drive a Lankin.
Well, I'm going to take the Nebraska State Prairie Dogs.
Really?
So I'm going to take Nebraska State. I think
How about
that.
this?
Yes.
Nebraska got demolished at home against BYU.
Okay, well, that further validates my point then.
I don't know how that result is explained by physics in reality, but they did get absolutely manhandled by Brigham Young. So I think I have a good shot. I think it's going to go down to the wire. I will pick myself. I think we will upset Nebraska, and I think Nebraska's in for a tough year at this rate if they go 0-2.
I think the casual fan of college football would look at this game on their slate. If they're making a prediction, they're going to take Nebraska because it's in Nebraska, in their stadium.
It didn't help against BYU.
But yeah, as like you said, it didn't help against them. And Nebraska State has shown the propensity to score a lot of points, even dating back to 2 years ago even. Year number one, year number two, your offenses have always been really good.
Is that right? They gave up 600 yards.
It's got to be right.
Yeah, bring it on.
If it's that leaky, I'm gonna take Nebraska State with Vivaldi. LaBelle has been great. That offensive line looked good against Air Force. Now, granted, this is not Air Force.
Yeah,
but
that's obviously. Yeah, it's gonna be a question mark. It's a coin flip. Missouri at ACU. ACU went into Columbia last year, played a pretty close game against Mizzou. Mizzou now has to go at ACU. Gave up 9 yards rushing last week against Washington. I'm just going to pick ACU, but I think it might be like the Washington game. I think they're just going to kind of mosey along. It's going to look rough at times.
It's going to be another tough test. This is almost a top 10 team. Missouri's going to put up a fight, but I'm going to take ACU. This is actually a rematch from year number one.
Year two.
Oh, they played in year two?
That's what I just said.
That was year number one.
I just said that.
No, I was thinking of my point. See, the guys, I don't listen to him all the time.
He doesn't even listen to me.
I'm going to take ACU as well. And I think that just the defense for ACU is the main factor here. Yeah, I know. Mizzou has the number one rush offense and the number 3 in points per game.
So far.
But so far, right.
There's only
it's only one game.
About 50 teams that have played, I think.
So don't fall too much into those rankings yet. I just think that Bill Stevens, Cedric Granger, James Washington, I think that all these guys they're legit.
Yeah.
They're legit.
Well, they beat Memphis 45-10. I'll take ACU, though, pretty comfortably. Now, Broken Arrow has to go at Tulsa this year. They play every year. This will be Broken Arrow's debut.
That is a huge jump in the offensive rating from last season to this season, guys. Yeah, I'm taking Uba. No second thoughts at all here. I think Brian Street throws for 400 yards. I think that offense takes a huge leap.
Now, Brian Street has been talking to Broken Arrow media. He's predicting that Broken Arrow will go undefeated. He's predicting that he'll win the Heisman. And some of these teammates are giving him like the side eye, like, dude, let's get real here. But he's confident.
It could divide the locker room.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you could get guys that say, like, okay, dude, who are you? And you could get guys that get really pumped up because they'd be like, that's my quarterback.
Right, yeah.
You know?
So we'll see. This might be the beginning of his quote-unquote Heisman campaign. I don't know. You know, you're going to go at Syracuse. I love this matchup, which is why I scheduled it.
Oh,
it just seems like Ardmore would look really cool inside the Carrier Dome, and that's what I wanted to see.
Maybe we needed to play in the dome. The Thunderdome.
Yeah. 1 man enters.
Okay.
2 men enter.
I'm going to take Ardmore. I'm going to take myself here. I think that just the way that our offense was able to play, we have a ton of weapons in the backfield, going to be able to keep Syracuse off balance. You know, they're not too imposing of a team.
Well, Syracuse, okay, if you're in a BCS conference 3 years into a dynasty and you're a B, you're terrible.
Yeah, it's just how the game works.
It's like there's 50 A teams, and Syracuse is not one of those teams.
Right.
So, Ardmore.
I think this is an easy one. I think Ardmore's going to win.
All right, good pick. Memphis at McAllen. I'm going to go upset. I think Memphis knocks off McAllen. I did not like what I saw. However, this game will be Sims, so that will probably play into McAllen's favor.
Yeah, I can't go that far.
Okay.
I can't go across that line. I can't do that.
Okay.
I'm drawing the line, though. I'm going to stay back and I'm going to take McAllen here. I think this is the game where Harkless Blair actually has a good one. I think that Bryce Love, or is it Brett Love?
Barrett Love. Third time's charm.
Hey, I'm still hitting 333. I'm a millionaire in baseball. I think that Barrett Love is going to have a good game. I think he's one of the guys that always seems to sim well. Carson Jackson should have 140-something yards.
Hopefully. I mean, I don't know how they're going to sim. This is the first time Harkless Blair will be simmed. So, if I'm going off of real life, what I just saw against Army, I think Memphis could take this game. Odessa at Fresno. Fresno's coming in as a C+. This will be the beginning of the Pat Dowdell era.
Yeah.
Or if he struggles, they will pull him just as fast as they gave him the starting job for John Johnson.
Dude, I don't know what to pick here. Honestly, when I look at this matchup, I don't know what to do. I like Odessa's offense, but I'm only basing that off of what I've seen from Flynn and from Kraft in that bowl game.
Yeah.
And Kraft is not the same type of quarterback that Dowdell is.
Yeah.
So
I think OSU is going to win. I think it'll be like 27-23. It'll be rocky. Like, nobody wants to go at Fresno and play there. Like, nobody.
No, that's
nobody
what I'm
wants
saying.
to go there.
That's what I'm saying, though. Because Fresno would be the type of team that grinds you out.
Yeah.
It's just not a game that I like picking, but I'll take...
You can't go all-team builder. Go Fresno.
I'll go Fresno.
Okay.
I'll go Fresno only on the reservation because I can't take all-team. Otherwise...
We should make that a rule. It should be a rule for us.
What, you can't take all-team builder?
No.
Well, then I'm going Michigan, then.
Oh, how about, let's check this game out. Denver Tech at Michigan. Michigan's coming in ranked 8th. Usually overrated every single year, that seems about right for them.
All the time.
Number 8 preseason rank, I like that. Now, this is definitely our game of the week. Is it National Game of the Week? No.
It's a national broadcast game.
Playing under the lights at the Big House.
Which doesn't happen all that often.
No, so this will be an exciting game. I mean, you're going to see Matkovich for the second time. We've got just a glimmer of him in the ACU game. I think that he will roll. But I'm excited to see Michigan in our Dynasty. We've never played them. We try not to beat them since they're our team. But I thought this matchup was too cool to pass up.
It is very cool. Plus, you had some guys here, Jameel Schmidt and Jarquez Holly, the Bridgeport boys, right? So those, I know that Holly has been drafted and Schmidt is coming back. So
Schmidt's still here.
He's coming back to Michigan. He's coming back home. I'm going to take Michigan here just because I'm not a believer in Matkovich. I'm not a believer in him. I think that whenever he did come in, those plays, there's a scripted playbook for him, limited playing time, and it's just coming down to the fact that I don't know. It's not that I hate Denver Tech, okay, guys.
Yes, it is. Just admit it.
I don't have a bias against Denver Tech when I'm making these picks. It would be smart to pick Denver Tech because they've never shown you any reason to not believe in them. And Timmons in that national championship game would kind of get you to believe that maybe you take the team with a good defense like Michigan has. I'm not a believer in Matkovich.
All right. Those are your picks. Make sure that you guys get your picks in. GoGloverGaming.com.
Yes, and just so you guys know, I will have the standings updated, the up-to-date standings tomorrow on Sunday, so you guys will know where everybody stands. If you're late to the pick'em party for the season, you can still play all season long. So
you didn't miss much.
You didn't miss
a light slate.
Just so you know that when conference play starts, there's going to be worth 2 points per correct prediction. So, you want to kind of get yourself in a nice little lead here, or some points being bottled up before conference play starts. So if you want to play, get in early and get in quickly. Get in now because you might get too far back you can't catch up. So we will also have the website updated for analysis and previews by Wednesday. So that way you guys can kind of catch up and get prepped for week number 2 action in our Team Builder Dynasty. So leave a like if you like this thing, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that red button for subscribe or my logo in the bottom right hand corner. And we will see you guys on Wednesday. What are the games we're going to show, sir? We're only going to show 3? Correct?
3 games.
So Denver Tech, Michigan, Nebraska State, Nebraska, Ardmore, Syracuse. So see you guys on Wednesday. As always, Peace.